Now after my B.Tech, my mother wanted me to do M.Tech. Friends were preparing for MS. And Sharma auntie's son got a huge package in some company. And all of these people were telling me what to do. But nobody really knew what I wanted to do after my B.Tech. But that was not even the problem. The main problem was I had no clue what I wanted to do. About 9 years back, I had this confusion. And I wish somebody would have given me the right information so that I at least find out what I want. And that's why I'm making this video today. Because a wrong decision at this point can not only take you away from an exciting career, but it can also leave you frustrated for life. Like that uncle who always screams at the neighborhood kids all the time. See, what is most important to you right now? Let's be honest. Money. But here's the thing. If you work hard, all of these 4 things will get you money. But by the end of this video, our job is to find out which of these options will get you the most money, least frustration. But most importantly, which of these options will you actually enjoy doing? So in today's video, we're going to talk about the 4 after B.Tech options. That is M.Tech, MS, MBA or direct job. Compare them based on their entrance criteria, fees, salary you can expect after completing their course and their advantages. In case of a job, we'll talk about the different jobs available. And towards the end, I'll give you a bonus tip that will help you decide which of these options is best for you, especially if you have no clue what to do. Just so that we're clear, I do not run any coaching institute, so I am not selling you anything. And I won't be biased towards a particular option. I'm just gonna give you the right information like I educate my younger cousins about their careers. But before that, if you like what I'm saying, make sure you hit that like button because that motivates me to make more videos. Let's begin. So immediately after engineering, the 4 most common options are M.Tech, MS, MBA and job. Of course, there are civil services, starting your own business, but we'll talk about those in other videos. For now, we're only focusing on these 4 options. Let's start with M.Tech. M.Tech stands for Master of Technology. Now, after completing your 4 years of engineering, this degree will help you enhance your technical skills. For example, if you're a civil student, you can specialize in structural engineering, construction technology. If you're a computer science student, you can specialize in artificial intelligence, web designing. If you're a mechanical student, you can specialize in thermal engineering, automobile engineering, so on and so forth. It's a 2-year course and the colleges that you can apply to are IITs, NITs, IISc, IIIT Hyderabad, BITS. The entrance exam is called GATE and the fees is around 25,000 to 45,000 rupees per semester depending on the college you're applying to. Now what are the career opportunities after you complete your M.Tech? There are 4. You can get a job in the corporate industry, you can get into R&D, you can get into the teaching profession, and finally the option of doing PhD after your M.Tech is always open. Coming to expected salary. Now how much money you earn after your M.Tech depends highly on factors like your college, your specialization and the amount of hard work you've put in to get into your dream company. And it can range anywhere between 3 lakhs to 15 lakhs per annum or even more. The advantages of doing M.Tech are these. Number 1, now suppose you really like a subject. M.Tech gives you an opportunity of picking that specialization and enhancing your technical knowledge further. Second, you can get a stipend of 12,000 per month while you are studying if you become a teaching assistant or a research assistant. And finally, you will get to finish this degree while you are staying in your own country, if that's what you want. Next is MS. Master of Science is again a graduate degree that can last for 2 years or more. Think of it as M.Tech. Only that MS is more research oriented. It includes fields like maths, engineering, computer science, finance, management, environmental science, social work, so on and so forth. You can apply to universities in US, UK, Australia, Germany, Canada. Entrance exams depend on the university. For English proficiency, you need to give either TOEFL or IELTS. Along with that, a GRE or a GMAT. The fees depends on the university that you're applying to, but it can range anywhere between 25,000 to 50,000 US dollars, which is roughly around 20 lakh to 40 lakh Indian rupees. Yikes, I know. But you can have scholarship opportunities, get a loan, or even work part-time. Coming to career opportunities. Now, after completing your MS, you have two options. Number one, find a job in US. You will get to work for 3 years on student visa if you do one of the STEM degrees, that is science, technology, engineering and management. After which you will need a H-1B visa, but that's a completely different topic. And the second option is to come back to India and find a job here. But if you're paying your fees in dollars, you'll obviously like to earn in dollars as well, especially if you have to pay your loan. Which is why everybody prefers to work in US after completing their MS. Everybody I know at least. Coming to expected salary, depending on your university and your experience, it can range anywhere between $50,000 US to $100,000 US. Considering that you will find a job in US. If you come back to India, then depending on your field, it can range anywhere between 5 lakhs to 15 lakhs Indian rupees. Advantages of doing MS. Number one, now studying in a foreign country might make you homesick and it will be financially difficult. But these aspects will shape you as a person. Plus, you will be exposed to a new environment, foreign people, new culture, and an international exposure always counts. Second, it makes you more independent because you'll have to do everything from your laundry to cooking and even a part-time job to support your college fees. Next is MBA. MBA stands for Master of Business Administration. And as the name suggests, it's for building a career in business and management. See, MS and MTech are technical and research oriented, and that is where you learn how to manage data. But MBA is where you learn how to manage people. You can specialize in accounting, economics, corporate finance, marketing, operations, HR, information technology, so on and so forth. The average duration for completing a full-time MBA program is around 1 to 2 years. And you can apply to universities in US, UK, Canada, and even India. IIMs, hello. The most common entrance exams are CAT and GMAT. And coming to fees, in case of IIMs, a 2-year course can range anywhere between 16 lakhs to 25 lakhs. And in case of US, it can range anywhere between $160,000 to 200,000 US, which is around 1.17 crores to 1.5 crore Indian rupees. As far as career opportunities are concerned, depending upon your specialization, you can be a management consultant, investment banker, program manager, marketing manager, operations manager, global sales manager, so on and so forth. Coming to salary, it depends heavily on your college, your specialization, your experience, and can range anywhere between 5 to 20 lakhs per annum or even more depending upon the company you apply to. Coming to its advantages, some people believe that MBA is like a natural progression, because a techie would want to be a manager someday. But remember, it's always better to get at least 2 years of work experience before you do your MBA, which is actually an eligibility criteria for some of the colleges, because it makes no sense to learn how to manage it if you haven't experienced the corporate world first. And the final option, job. Engineering is the only degree that will get you a job immediately, was a line that our principal said with pride on our B.Tech orientation day. And true, engineering will get you a job either through campus placement or walk-ins. Much better if it's through campus placements. There are no entrance exams as such, but depending upon the company, you have to give aptitude test, GD, HR round, interview round, so on and so forth. As usual, the package that you get depends heavily on your college, your branch, your percentage, and in case of computer science students, whether it is a product-based company or a service-based company, and can range anywhere between 3 lakhs to 18 lakhs per annum or even more. Now, the advantages of doing job immediately after your engineering are these. Number one, in case you're still confused about what to do, then taking up a job will give you more time. Plus, it will also add to your experience. And this experience will add to your resume in case you want to do an MBA later. And number two, unfortunately, our colleges do not teach us interpersonal skills, communication skills, teamwork. They don't even teach us how to write a mail. God knows what we are paying them for. Which is why when we graduate, we are not so confident professionally. But taking up a job inculcates professionalism. It makes us more confident, so that we at least muster the courage to talk to the opposite gender or in front of 2 or more people in a meeting. But there's a catch. What kind of job you choose matters a lot. Whether it is service-based, product-based, or a startup. And all of these have their pros and cons. So if you want me to make a separate video about the kind of jobs available and how to prepare for them, then comment below and let me know. Now before I give you the bonus tip, let me tell you something. Career-wise, touch wood, I'm at a great place right now. But in the initial years, I was very frustrated. And I see the same thing in you. You are smart, hardworking, but lack the right direction. So if you want to get that direction, one of the things that you can do is to subscribe to my channel and hit that bell icon. Because every week I make finance and career videos, especially for you. And now comes the bonus point. We often ask this question, MBA or MS or job, which is best? But asking that question is like following a herd. Let me tell you something interesting. When I was doing my corporate job, a lot of my friends and colleagues left to do their MBAs. Not because they wanted to learn management, but because they hated IT. And they wanted to do something to get out of it. So they gave their GMAT, got into some random university and completed their MBA. The problem is, at the end of that degree, there was no significant improvement in either their career or their salary package. And all that time and money that they invested in doing an MBA went down the drain. Look, don't make career decisions out of hatred. Career decisions should always be made out of the will to learn something. See, the world needs engineers, it needs professors, it needs managers. And all of these professions pay a lot if you are good at it. And the only way to be good at it is to love doing it. So it all boils down to this. What exactly do you want to do in life? So if you love engineering, then doing M.Tech, MS or even a tech-related job would be a good choice. And if you think that you would enjoy managing resources, making logical decisions in business, then choose MBA. But if you're still confused about what you love to do, then talk to more people. Get an internship, take a test, join a networking group. Because the more exposure you get, the more you talk to people, the better decisions you can make. On that note, I promise to see you again next week. Until then, keep fighting the urban fight to be fit.